Hey, how's it going out there? I'm Julien from Wani, hanging out on the tour bus with Joel from SOEN.
Yes.
How's it going, Joel?
Great. It's good to be here.
Thank you for joining me. And so we are here as SOEN is embarking on their first ever North American headlining tour. So we were just chatting off screen here. You were playing in Chicago last night. Tell me about your the first not North American show ever, but your first show of your North American tour.
No, very nice. Beyond expectation. I mean, first gig, you are a bit jet lagged and everything, but it was a really relaxed and cool attitude here. So it was great to feel, to come in from the start. Yeah.
So I noticed that you have on your schedule you have a day off tomorrow. Do you have any plans? Are you hanging out in Toronto?
We go to Ottawa. Our lead guitarist Cody Leaford, he comes from Ottawa, so I think we will, hang out with him a bit, meet his family, and try to, enjoy ourselves.
Awesome. That sounds like a lovely day.
Yeah.
Another thing I noticed that you're doing on this tour, which I thought was very cool, I noticed you're doing a bit of a spin on the traditional meet and greet where you're having fans come out and rather than more of a sterile environment, they come, they have a drink with you and kind of hang out informally. How's that? That seems really like a fun twist on the usual VIP.
In a way, yes. As you say, do it that formal is not our thing. It's much nicer to just meet people in person and talk and hang out. It's been working really well. It's really nice to have some extra time with the fans. To meet them for a little bit longer period of time maybe than you would be able to do otherwise. Yeah, it's been great.
That's awesome. Okay, so I know in previous interviews the band has mentioned acknowledging Tool influence. Are you a Tool fan yourself?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Which leads me to, just out of curiosity, if you had to pick top 3 Tool songs, what would they be and why?
Well, they would all be from Anima, because I'm that was the album that really caught me and that I was so yes, Anima, the track, Stinkfist, right? And then now when we come to titles, it's great. The whole album, because now I'm gonna mention song titles and I'm gonna say them wrong, so it's gonna be a problem.
It's all good. There's no wrong answers, but appreciate the insight there.
I love that album. It's so inspirational. It's great. But, that was a while ago, though, Yeah. It might not be the album, like the band that I listen to regularly nowadays. But it was a huge inspiration back in the days,
Of course, understandable. Yeah. Okay, so when on a pivot a little bit, and so when you're on the road, presumably you have a lot of downtime on the bus and just waiting around between sound checks and shows. What do you do to pass the time? Do you have any hobbies that you're able to bring with you on the road to kill time?
I would say I'm as a singer I'm very this is very boring, but I spend a lot of time in solitude to preserve the voice to so basically what's bad for singers is talking all the time, so
I guess I shouldn't draw too many long answers out of you tonight then.
Hint. No. No kidding. No, but so and also being on stage is quite an extrovert thing, so you need to balance it a little bit with some more introvert activities, I guess.
Sure. Are you watching anything? You streaming anything fun?
Well, there's World Cup now, and I love football, so it's hard to stay away from that. Of course, I watched a game today with Canada and Belgium, unfortunately, Canada was not able to pull it up. Well, they fought hard though. They were cool.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, nothing wrong with keeping to yourself and keeping it low key while on the road, I imagine.
I mean, yeah. But what else do? You know, you hang out. It's a great thing. You know, you have a huge bus, and you spend time with basically your best friends. You know, it's your band and it's your crew, and we try to have a good time. Normally, it's important that you have a good vibe on tour. You know, that everyone is enjoying themselves, and that, you know. So we try to make it as nice and happy for people as we can.
Awesome. I'd love to hear that. Positive vibes all the way. Hopefully you guys manage to keep it that way for the entire tour. Okay. The next question is about what you did during the pandemic. You know, when you had the live music industry was essentially taken away from everyone, did you still focus on music but transition more to focusing on recording projects, or did you pursue other hobbies and activities outside of music during that time?
No, I mean, it was hard for us, obviously, hard for all the musicians, hard for everyone, the pandemic, of course. But, you know, as all the other bands, we tried to find other activities where we could express the music. And Atlantis is a product of pandemic in a way, because, you know, what can we do? You know, yeah, let's do something. Let's do a stream. Let's do something. Let's communicate with the fans in any way we can. And so we rented the studio in Stockholm, Atlantis studio, and you know, thanks to the pandemic, there was a lot of fantastic musicians available. So we could bring in some of the best musicians in Sweden to help us with the whole thing. So in a way, that was a positive outcome of this tragic period. So yeah, we try to do that kind of stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you were able to make the most of it. On the subject of collaborating with other musicians, is there someone, either an artist or a band, that you either personally or as a collective have always wanted to either tour with or collaborate with?
Oh, it's hard. All my idols are dead now. That's you know, my first inspiration was Lane Staley. Oh. One other huge inspiration was Jeff Buckley, Chris Cornell, Freddie Mercury. So I don't know. Yeah, I have a faiblesse for dead singers, I guess. And
all right, yeah, a bit tough to collaborate with those guys, unfortunately. Well, I guess on that note, though, what are you listening to these days?
Well, a lot of music. I listen to Wheel. I think they're great. Also, I listen occasionally to, I mean, opera, just to say something. Vola is pretty good. Like them. So yeah,
they were just here actually for their first time as well.
Nice band, good. Yeah. They are. Yeah, we meet them occasionally on festivals and things, you know, or like, at least, you know, we play at the same slots in festivals and stuff. So yeah, they're cool.
Awesome. So we're approaching 2 years since your most recent album, Imperial, came out. Great album, by the way. Looking forward to hearing some of it tonight. But what do you guys have planned next? Have you already started writing the next album, or do you have more tour dates in the works to keep promoting it on this cycle?
No, we have a new album coming. Yeah. We're gonna start recording it in the beginning of next year. So there's more music to come.
Awesome, love to hear it. What is your writing process like with SOEN? How did the music come together, and how do you approach the recording of it?
Well, it's usually most of the foundations come from Martin's basement in Stockholm. I live a couple of 100 meters away, and Lars lives a couple of blocks away. So we meet up and we try to get them together. Then we have Cody. We can talk to him on digital link. So it's not a big problem. And Zlatoja are coming in from Ukraine. Actually now, because of the tragic situation in Ukraine, he lives in Sweden. So
Okay.
so it's easier to collaborate with him too. So that's normally how it goes.
Yeah.
This time we're going to record it in the US. I can't say all the details about it, but
Cool.
I'm sure it's going to be a great album.
Awesome. And when are you looking to have that out into the world? Any date yet?
I would say a year. Give it a year, something like that.
All right, sounds good. I guess we'll stay tuned for that. Well, thank you very much for your time today, and best of luck at the show and with the rest of the tour. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you.